The mind wins before the body. Napoleon Hill. Have you ever noticed how victors walk even before they've won? They have a spark in their eyes, a firmness in their voice, a posture that seems to carry a secret. And that secret is simple, yet powerful. They already see themselves as winners before the victory arrives. It's not arrogance. It's creative awareness. It's the inner certainty that precedes outer achievement. It's the principle that great minds like Napoleon Hill called applied faith. The human mind doesn't wait for results to believe. It believes, and the results follow. But look, most people live the other way around. They only believe once they see. They only act when everything feels guaranteed. They only move when the road is already paved. And that's why they don't get there. Because the kind of faith that waits for signs to act isn't faith, it's doubt in disguise. Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But between conceiving and achieving, there's a bridge. And that bridge is called action with an anticipated identity." Do you want success? Act like someone who already has it in their veins. Do you want prosperity? Act like someone who already feels worthy of it. Do you want freedom? Act like someone who has already broken free from all mental prisons. It's not about pretending. It's about anchoring your mind in a new reality before it manifests. That is the seed of creation. That's how Henry Ford succeeded when everyone said the popular car was impossible. That's how Walt Disney saw an empire where there was only swamp and debt. They didn't wait for evidence. They became the living proof of a future vision. Victory doesn't begin when the world recognizes you. It begins when you recognize yourself. Have you stopped to look at what you're projecting in life's mirror? Are you walking like a king or like a beggar? Are you acting like someone who is worthy or someone who is pleading? The universe is highly sensitive to your state of being. It doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your frequency. And the most powerful frequency is unwavering certainty. Certainty that what is yours already exists, even if it hasn't arrived yet. Look closely. Doubt paralyzes. Certainty propels. Doubt waits. Certainty builds. When you believe and act as if the victory is already yours, you're not fooling yourself. You're tuning in. Tuning into the field of infinite possibilities. Tuning into the version of yourself who has already won. Because that version already exists. In another timeline, in another layer of reality, it's already living what you now only dare to imagine. And your job, from now on, is simple. Bring that version here. With your faith, with your action, with your posture, with your vibration. Act as if it's already real. Speak as if it's already done. Walk as someone who no longer needs to prove themselves. Do you want change? Then stop waiting for the world to change first. Change yourself. Change your tone, your energy, your decision. If you behave like someone ordinary, the universe treats you as ordinary. But if you behave like someone who already knows who they are, the universe begins to align with that image. As Hill taught, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So become. Before receiving, become. You no longer need to beg for opportunities. You just need to embody the frequency of someone who already has them. Napoleon Hill wrote about this in every line of Think and Grow Rich. He wasn't speaking to the weak-minded. He was speaking to conscious creators of reality, to those who decided to stop reacting and start leading. You're not here to wait. You're here to manifest. And that begins with an inner choice so firm, so non-negotiable, that the outer world is forced to yield. So rise, straighten your shoulders, look forward with strength, and act. Act like someone who has already won. Because the truth is, Victory was never for the doubtful. Victory has always been in the hands of those who chose to win from within first. You no longer need to wait for permission. Life doesn't hand out crowns to the most hardworking. It gives them to the most convicted, to those who already carry victory in their eyes, even while still in the fight. And if you're still waiting for everything to align before you start behaving like a winner, then you're still stuck in the old cycle. Because things only align after you align internally. Napoleon Hill was clear. The mind is the workshop where human destiny is shaped. It's not your resume. It's not your degree. It's not your appearance. It's your mind. And what it believes is possible. You want to change your life? Then stop acting like someone who's still trying. Act like someone who's already decided. There's a brutal difference between someone who tries and someone who decides. The one who tries hopes. The one who decides declares. The one who tries waits. The one who decides acts. And it's action sustained by certainty that moves invisible mountains. That's what opens doors no one else sees. That's what makes the impossible feel natural. Do you think the great ones waited to feel confident before starting? Edison burned through hundreds of filaments before finding the right one. Ford was laughed at for wanting to put engines in carriages. Disney heard dozens of no's before he built his idea of happiness. They didn't wait to feel ready. They simply decided they were. And that's what you need to do today. Right now. In this very moment. Step into the role. Adopt the posture. Align the vibration. Move like someone who already knows victory is inevitable. Not out of arrogance, but out of conviction. Because within you lies something the world hasn't seen yet. But you can already see it. And when you see it with your spirit, your body follows. Reality follows. The entire universe follows. Stop negotiating with doubt. Stop apologizing for your greatness. Stop trying to appear humble when, in truth, you're just hiding. True humility is being who you were born to be, without fear. You were made to win, to lead, to transform, to create impact. But that only begins when you stop acting like a potential winner and start living like a real one. You've already won, because you decided. And every true decision changes the frequency of your being. And frequency changes everything. You begin to attract ideas that never came before. People who never showed up before. Opportunities that once felt distant now become your new normal. The mind shifts. The body follows. The world obeys. This is what it means to live in a state of victory. It's not arrogance. It's alignment. You're not faking anything. You're activating the version of yourself that's been waiting on you all along. That confident version. That intense version. That version that acts even while afraid. That version that inspires just by existing. And the only thing you need to do is stop postponing. You've already heard the call. You've already felt the signal. Now, all that's left is for you to start living the answer. You no longer need to chase victory. You need to embody it. Because the truth is simple and deep. Victory is a state, not an event. It begins in silence, in the place no one sees, in the conviction you carry while the world still doubts, in the certainty you nurture even when everything seems against you. Life doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to your energetic decision, to your posture, to your vibration, to your inner movement. And right now, something inside you has awakened. You felt it. You know it. The flame is lit. The old you no longer fits. The identity of doubt, of waiting, of hesitation, it's dying now. And from its ashes, a new you is rising. Stronger, steadier, more aligned, more aware. The world might still be surprised, but you won't, because you already know. You already decided. You already acted. And now, you walk with the confidence of someone who already belongs at the top. To success, to purpose, to the reality many dream of, but few have the courage to claim. But you claimed it. From this moment forward, believe and act as if victory is already yours. Because it is. And if this video touched your soul, if this message activated something inside you that had been asleep, then don't walk away in silence. Police Garlight, subscribe now to the channel to keep receiving cinematic, intense content that doesn't speak to the surface, but to your creative spirit. Loudspeaker and in the comments, write, "Victory is mine." Write it as a commitment, as a declaration to the universe, as a seal of your decision. Don't write out of politeness. Write out of transformation. Because everything changes when you decide to change. And you just did. Now, the universe will follow your lead.